Let's get started with C#, one of the most versatile programming languages used for everything from desktop apps to games. C# is an object-oriented programming language developed by Microsoft. It's widely used in building Windows applications, games with Unity, and web applications using ASP.NET. C# offers both power and simplicity, making it ideal for beginners and experienced developers alike. Let's write our first C# program that prints "Hello World" to the console. You can use Visual Studio or a simple text editor with the .NET SDK installed. Here we're using console writeline to print to the console. The main method is the entry point of any C# program. Let's break down the basic syntax of C#. Classes. Everything in C# is encapsulated within classes. Methods, functions inside classes, are called methods, like the main method we just used. Variables and data types. Variables store data, and C# has strong types like int, string, and bool. This example shows how to declare variables and use them in a console.writeline statement. That's a quick introduction to C#. Stay tuned for more videos as we explore object-oriented programming, data types, and more advanced C# features. Let's explore the basic data types in C# and how you can use them in your programs. In C#, data types define the kind of data a variable can hold, such as numbers, text, or true-false values. Using the right data type ensures efficient memory usage and prevents errors. Here are some common data types in C#. Int, used for integers, whole numbers. Double, used for floating point numbers. Char represents a single character. String holds text, a sequence of characters. Bool represents true or false values. Let's see how to declare variables using these data types, assign values to them, and print them. In this example, we declared variables using different data types and printed them using console writeline. That's a quick overview of C# data types. Keep practicing with more examples and learn about type conversions and complex data structures like arrays and lists. Let's explore how to use variables and constants in C#, two fundamental concepts in programming. A variable is a named storage location in memory that holds a value. You can change its value throughout your program. Here's how to declare and initialize variables in C#. First, specify the data type, then give it a name and assign a value. In this example, we declare an integer for age, a string for name, and a double for price. A constant is a value that cannot be changed once it is assigned. Constants are useful for values that remain the same throughout your program, like mathematical constants or configuration values. To declare a constant in C#, use the keyword const. Unlike variables, constants like pi and max users cannot be reassigned after they are initialized. That's a quick overview of variables and constants in C#. Use variables for data that changes and constants for values that remain constant. Let's dive into C# operators and learn how to use them in your programs. Operators in C# allow you to perform operations on variables and values. They include arithmetic, comparison, and logical operators, which help control data and the flow of your program. First, let's look at arithmetic operators. You can use them for basic mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Here we use the plus sign for addition, the minus sign for subtraction, the asterisk for multiplication, the forward slash for division, and the percent sign for the remainder of division, also known as modulus. Next, we have comparison operators. These help us compare two values and return a Boolean result of true or false. These operators include double equals for equals, exclamation mark equals for not equals, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Logical operators are used to combine multiple conditions. For example, the double ampersand operator checks if both conditions are true, while the double pipe symbol checks if at least one is true. The double ampersand, also known as and, returns true if both conditions are true. The double pipe, also known as or, returns true if at least one condition is true. The exclamation mark, also known as not, inverts the Boolean value. That's a quick overview of operators in C#. Keep practicing, and soon you'll master how to manipulate and compare values in your programs. Let's explore how to work with strings in C# and manipulate text in your programs. A string in C# is a sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes used to store text data. You can combine strings using concatenation or string interpolation. Concatenation is done using the plus sign, while interpolation uses curly braces inside a string prefixed with a $sign. Now let's look at some common string methods. Length, which gets the length of the string. To upper and to lower, which convert the string to uppercase or lowercase. Contains, which checks if the string contains a specific substring. Replace, which replaces characters or substrings. Substring, which extracts a portion of the string. You can format strings using string.format or interpolation for more control over your output. That's a quick look at working with strings in C#. Practice these methods, and you'll be able to manipulate and format text easily. Let's explore how to use if and else statements in C# to make decisions in your programs. Conditional statements in C# allow you to execute different blocks of code based on certain conditions. Here's a basic if statement. If the condition is true, the code inside the block will run. In this example, if the age is 18 or greater, the program will print, "You are an adult." You can add more conditions using else if and a default case with else. Here, depending on the value of age, the program will print different messages. You can also nest conditions inside other if statements or use comparison operators to make your conditions more complex. In this example, we check both the age and whether the user has an ID to determine access. That's how you can control program flow with if, and else in C#. Try practicing with different conditions to see how they work. Let's learn how to use the switch statement in C# to make your code cleaner and more efficient. A switch statement is an alternative to multiple if and else conditions. It allows you to evaluate a single expression and execute different code blocks based on the result. Here's a basic example of using switch to respond to different user roles. In this example, the switch statement checks the value of role and prints a message based on whether it's admin, user, or guest. The default case handles any values that don't match. Sometimes you may want multiple cases to share the same result. You can combine them like this. Here, cases 1, 2, and 3 share the same result, which is helpful for grouping similar conditions. That's how you use switch statements in C#. They make your code more readable when handling multiple conditions.